Hello everybody, this is Cold War Plays, and this is my third Hearthstone video, and I thought I'd change it up a little bit, and I'm going to be basically explaining how Hearthstone works as a game, and going through the actual tutorial it gives, but explaining it in a little bit more depth. And hopefully this helps everybody out, because, my previous videos, you probably won't understand unless you have a good amount of knowledge on Hearthstone and know the cards. And so I'm not going to go into depth on my cards that I have on my other account. This is the Cold War Plays account. The other one I believe is Iron Man's Equal. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is how it starts. It's introducing you to, her name's Jaina Proudmoore, and this is the very beginning of the tutorial. She's the first hero that you will get. The other guy, his name is Hogger. This is the amount of health that you have. I have 27, he has 10. Hogger is a practice hero. Once you get back to the normal game, you will not be able to play as him, and you will both start at 30 health. That's how it works. So, yeah, he's just talking right now. And so, this is considered a minion. This is a minion right here. And so is this. And so this particular minion has 2 attack and 1 health. Like, okay, so understand this. Your attack never goes down, but your health does. And then here we have mana crystals. And mana, okay, I'll tell you how mana works. This is a perfect example. Up in the top left corner it says the cost, 1. And then these are its stats. It's got 2 attack and 1 health. And then for this turn, for our very first turn, no matter what you're doing, you will always have 1 mana. And so this is 1 mana, so I'll play that in the middle of the board, I drag it into the middle, and then I lose my mana crystal, and that's 1 mana. And so I can't do anything else unless I have a free card, which is 0 mana, which I don't have. And so he attacked my face. That's the heroes are considered face. So if I ever say I'm going to go face with this or anything like that, it means I'm hitting them in the face, which means hitting the hero. And so I have a 2/1, and then now look at this. This is a 2-cost minion. If you look up in the top corner, it costs 2 mana. And then down here, each turn you gain a new mana crystal. And so I have 2. And so 2 goes into 2. And so now I have no mana left, but I just played a minion. Now is it not? Okay, now I've got this minion. If it's floating green, glowing green, then you can attack with it. Now, do I want to attack the minion or do I want to attack him in the face? I think I'm going to attack the minion. And so here's how the health to attack works. 2 attack, 1 health. 2 attack, 1 health. If I hit this, it'll do 2 health to him. He only has 1, so the minion will die. Now if I had hit him in the face, then he would have been able to hit my 3/2 with this 2/1. Because the 2 attack could go for the 2 health. Now, this turn he has played 2 1/1s, and I just got another card. And so, in this situation, I don't know if I want to kill one of these, because no matter what, he's going to kill this anyway, and I might as well hit him in the face for 3 damage. And he only has 10 health. And then, again, look at the cost and look at how much mana I have. It's my 3rd turn, so I have 3 mana. It maxes out at 10 mana, and so, and after that you just have 10 mana for the rest of your turns. But this only costs 2, so when I play this, I still have 1 leftover mana. I have no cards, but I have 1 leftover mana, and so that's just something to be aware of. And so, you click, and then click on him, and that's how you attack. And then it's a turn-based game, which, in case you haven't already noticed, and so you can end your turn, and then it's their turn. Oh, wow. Okay, so, and then this is considered a pretty big minion. It has 5 attack, but only 2 health. And I don't know how much mana it was. It was 4, I think. And so this has 2 attack, but only 3 health. So if I hit this, its 5 attack will kill me because it has a high amount of attack. But my 2 attack is equal to its health. And so it will kill it because my attack is equal or more than its health. And so, and then I also have this, which costs 2 mana, and now I have 2 left but no cards. And so now he's going to draw a card. And that, okay, this is another thing. Other than minions, there's one other thing, and it's called a spell. What you just saw there was a spell. It was, I believe, 3 mana, deal 4 damage. And so he could have hit my face, or he could have hit my minion with that. Certain spells specify whether or not you can hit only minions or only the face, but that particular one he could have hit whatever he wanted. So he decided to hit me for 4 damage, so now I'm down to 21 health. Once I get to 0 health, then I'm dead, which makes sense. Hopefully you can understand that. This is a spell. It says at the bottom, right where my mouse is, right here, spell. It costs 4 mana, and I have 5 mana, so I'll be totally fine with casting this, and is deal 6 damage. And so if I point this at his face and I fireball him in the face, now he only has 1 health, and I have this minion, which does 3 health, and now he's dead. And so that was the very, very simplest thing. There was pretty much no strategy. And then now we just got a reward for beating him, and I believe you get a reward for every single practice mode boss you'd face. And it is Arcane Intellect. And it is a spell, and if you look up here, that's the amount of mana it costs. It is 3 mana, draw 2 cards. This is actually a pretty good card, because in mage decks, you often want to have card draw so you can have more cards in your hand, and really any deck you want card draw. And so we just beat Hogger, and we're moving on to Millhouse Mana Storm. And see, this is talking about the attack that he has and the health that he has. Now, I just want to make this clear that no matter who is attacking, the attack, if a minion attacks a minion, the other minion's attack is still in play. So if a 5 attack minion were to attack this character right here, it would kill it because it has 5 health. But it is hitting this minion, which also has 5 attack, so that 5 attack will be dealt to your minion that has 5, your minion. And so, say I have a 5 attack, 6 health creature, and I hit this guy right here. It has 5 attack, so it destroys the 5 health, but it takes his 5 attack. So now it takes the 5 attack from onto his 6 health, and it goes down to 1 health, because it had 6, and so it takes 5, and now 1. So if the 5-6 hits the 5-5, it goes down to a 5-1. The attack never goes down unless there's a special ability happening. Attack never damages attack, it only damages health. Hopefully you understand that. If not, leave questions. I'll try so hard to answer them, best of my capability. Now we're going to be facing Millhouse Mana Storm. Again, this is not a hero that you can play in the real game, but he's actually a character, a minion that you can play. So, it's possible, it's actually kind of rare, that you could get him in a pack of cards, which I'll explain in a later video. This is going to be part 1, and I'm only probably going to be doing the first 2 practice. I'm going to continue through these, and I'm going to label them, and make sure you watch all of them if you don't understand this game. And so, alright, it's re-specifying. You gain a mana crystal every turn. Right now I have 1. I can't play my Bloodfen Raptor because it's 2. I can't play my Fireball because it's 4. But this is 1, and so I can play the Murloc Raider. And then after you play all of your mana or whatever you feel like doing, you can end your turn and it'll be the enemy turn. And if you wait too long, there will be a rope that goes across your screen and it counts down your time. It goes across the middle like a timer and it goes down. And eventually you'll reach here and then it'll just go to the enemy's turn because you only have a certain amount of time. And now if you look, you can see he has 20 health. So they're getting harder in a sense, but they're still not quite what an actual game will be like once you get into the game. For example, I only have 27 health. There will be 30 health for each player. And so I have 2 mana because it's my next turn. I gain a mana crystal. And now this costs 2. And so I'm going to play this because that's the only thing I can do, and it's a good minion. And now I attacked, and I'm going to end my turn. So as you can see, he gained a mana crystal, so he's at 2 mana. And he's at 18 health because I hit him with this. The attack value is the amount of damage it does. Okay, that there is a spell. It is called Arcane Explosion. And so, it does 1 damage to all enemy minions. So everybody that is on my board took 1 damage. My Murloc died, my 2-1, my 2 attack 1 health, because that dealt 1 health to everything. And he lost 1 health. Notice it doesn't take away his attack. His attack will stay the same, but his health is now lower, and it'll be red now because he's taken damage. Now, here's a situation where strategy comes into play. It's something that you're definitely going to learn while playing this game. Do I want to play this 3-cost card or this one? This has a unique ability. This is called the Raid Leader. It is a 3-cost, 2 attack, 2 health. And those stats alone, stats is the amount of health and attack, aren't very good. For 3 mana, you don't want to get only 2 attack and 2 health. This was a 2 mana and you get 3 attack and 2 health. But this has a special ability. If you read it right there, it says your other minions have +1 attack. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll get right back to that. So sorry about that, guys, but my internet went out, but we're back to our same spot. I believe I was talking about strategy and how this gives my other minions +1 attack. And not for the sake of strategy, but for the sake of display, I'm going to play this just to show you what happens. So now, look, it's got 4 attack. And if this dies, it'll go back to 3. But that is a good amount of damage that we just did to him. I probably would have drawn cards because it's always good to have a lot of cards. Okay, there's another one of those same things that does 1 damage to all my minions. We already talked about that. Now, I could do any of these, but if I wanted to try to do 2 of them, this costs 2 and this costs 3. I couldn't do them both because I only have 4, and 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 does not equal 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw cards just because right now my hand's not too exciting, and I've got some familiar cards that we've already worked with. So next turn, I could play 2 cards. I could play this and this, I could play this and this, I could play this and this, I could play an Arcane Explosion, but, okay, let's just get a closer look at this card. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Notice it does not say characters. The hero of his main guy, this guy, is considered a character, not a minion. So this will not deal any damage to his face. So I think for this turn, I'm going to play my 2 strong minions. This is only a 2/2, so it's not very strong. And so, even though I could have used all of my mana and gotten, you know, kind of a stronger board, I think I like that play better because it makes just a more strong place. And so, he just used a fireball, which I can also show you. I have 6 mana now. This is that thing that he just used, a fireball, which we used last game. And he just used it to kill a 1 health creature. That is probably the least amount of value you could possibly get. And so now let's look at this board. What do we have here? We've got 5 damage here. He has 10 health. How much does this do? This does 6. So that's what they call lethal. It's called lethal damage. It's when you have enough damage to kill the other person. So you might hear a term like miss-lethal or exact lethal, or just the word lethal means, depending on the context, killing the other person. Now, we just got the reward of Novice Engineer, and if you paid close attention to it, it's costs 2. It has 1 attack and 1 health, which is pretty much the weakest you can get, unless you have a 0 attack and 1 health, which is pretty rare. But it's a battle cry. Okay, a battle cry is a new thing. It's when you play the minion, something happens. If I were to play this, its battle cry is for me to draw a card. I play the minion, automatically I draw a card. So that's a really cool feature. And I think that's all that we're going to have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. There will be more parts of this, I promise. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow my Twitter, and like the Facebook page. It's all in the description. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure to watch my next video because it's probably amazing. Bye.